To our freedom fighters, to our soldiers, to the heroes of our nation, they are the reason we are still alive, and we will never forget their sacrifice. May your spirits rise with the flag today. Happy 74th Independence Day to each one of you. We are really glad to have all of you here today. Unfortunately, due to the ongoing pandemic, our tradition of flag hoisting cannot be organized, but we didn't want to miss out on celebrating such an important day, so we have some great performances lined up for you. We are also very glad to have our chairman, Mr. Pradip Chopra, here with us today. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, before we begin, we would love to hear a few words from you.
Good speech.
Okay. Very warm welcome to all of you to this very august gathering to celebrate our 74th Independence Day. Now, next year is going to be 75th, which is a very, very important, as you can understand, in the glorious history of our country, and particularly the post-independence history. Now today let me share with you our independence was very, very unique in the world. See, the same British rule, to end the same British rule in America, there was a bloodiest of the bloody war. You know, there were armies fighting from both sides. There was the Independence Army led by George Washington, who became the first president, and there were redcoats from the British sides. This was a unique transfer of power which happened in India on 15th August 1947, when 400 million people were freed, when the ruler left in the most pleasant conditions, when the transfer of power was absolutely peaceful. There was not even single bullet was fired from either side. The most unique incidents also happened that time, that over 600 princely states who had armies of their own, with only persuasion, decided to join the Union of India. This was also unique because to give away the status of a king or a status of a ruling elite elsewhere in the world always preceded with very bloody war. In India, it never happened. There were, of course, riots and bloodshed and all that, because there were big fight between the two communities because of the partition which happened. But that was a different thing. It has nothing to do with our independence. In fact, after the independence, we invited Lord Mountbatten to become the first Governor General of independent India, and he gracefully accepted. In fact, Lady Mountbatten went to all the refugee camps, did a lot of relief work. She had opened the President House, the Governor General's house, for treating patients. She ran almost a kind of a semi-hospital. Now, next year being our 75th anniversary or 75th Independence Day, I would suggest all of you to start preparing for its celebration from now on. We have 1 year's time, which is not very long time. We should line up a lot of events in the next year or starting from now also, because the year you can consider that next year is starting from tomorrow, and next year of independence will end on 15th August 2021, which will be the 75th Independence Day. And we can do a lot of things. Let me share with you what all we can do. iLEAD is already making a film on this unique incidents which happened 73 now and Next year it will be 74 years. What happened during this transfer of power? We have access to all the archival footage, which are almost 100 years old, and we are making a film of what happened. And I can assure you, most of you are not aware of what happened actually in the transfer of power. It was an amazing story. It's really an amazing story. You see, when the partition was happening, I can just give you a few tidbits. When the assets were shared between India and Pakistan, there was a dictionary which has to be shared. And the sharing ratio was 80-20. So therefore, they tore that book. 20% of the pages went to Pakistan and 80% of the pages remained in India. Encyclopedia Britannica was also shared like that. It's very, very interesting things which happened. I don't know how many of you are aware that Reserve Bank of India continued to be the Reserve Bank of Pakistan even 4 years after partition. Pakistan had no currency of their own, so they continued using Indian currency as their currency, putting stamp on Indian currency as the currency of Pakistan. There were many interesting tidbits which happened, and there are a lot of films which are being made on the independence movement. We should actually feature or show these films in the next 1 year starting tomorrow. If any of you has not seen the film called Gandhi, made by Richard Attenborough, you must watch this. It's an amazing film. Yeah, we can screen it again in iLEAD auditorium sometime when pandemic is over. Otherwise, you can also see it online. It's available online. There are many films. There are films on Sardar Patel. There's a film on Nehru. There's a film on Subhash Chandra Bose. There is a film on many of these freedom fighters, Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad. A lot of films are made. There is also a film on transfer of power called The Viceroy's House. Yeah, that's very interesting to watch. There are a lot of interesting books written on that time. One such book is of Dominique Lepere, Freedom in Midnight. Very interesting book. Please read these books. It's an amazing story what happened. It was a unique. See, our independence led the way to the independence of many other Southeast Asian countries like Singapore, like Malaysia, like Mauritius. Many other countries were given independence because India was made independent. And how this happened, what led to this independence? It's a very, very interesting thing to know. It's an amazing story. So today I suggest all of you to please go delve upon the history, at least know about your own country's independence movement and independence story. You see, the whole thing started 1857, which was the first war of independence. There's a film on that, Mangal Pandey, story on Mangal Pandey. It had started in Barakpur, which is very close to Calcutta. So there are very, very many interesting things which happened, which led to the independence. You must read, you must be fully informed. Most of the time I'm really, I'm pained because most of the people, particularly young people, are misinformed. They are wrongly informed by fake news. They are wrongly informed by fake information. It's not true. Please read for yourself and find out what actually happened and how it happened. And I tell you, it's a very interesting, very engaging, very, very captivating saga. So you must learn about it. And all these books you will find in our library. All these films I'm talking about, you will find in our audiovisual library. You can actually borrow, read at home, see the films at home, see the films online. All these things is possible. And one more thing which I would say, please plan. You can do something unique, like iLEAD is doing unique, making this film on the transfer of power, which is an amazing story, using all archival footage. So when you see the film, you will actually see what actually happened. You will see Mountbatten conducting a meeting with Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Master Tara Singh representing the Sikhs. It's an amazing footage we have got. Never seen footage, 100 years old. We have collected all this footage. We are making a film. So you can also think, you can make groups, you can think of doing something very, very interesting, some very unique way of celebrating our 75th Independence Day, which is going to come after next 1 year. It will be a great, I tell you, it will be a great experience. When I was making this film, I had a very fascinating experiences seeing this old footage, finding out what actually happened, what was the dialogue, what was the letters exchanged, what was the speeches given, all are there in the books. It's an amazing, even you see Nehru's speech on the eve of the Independence Day, 14th, it was 12 midnight, 14th August 1947, the tryst with destiny. It's considered to be one of the finest Independence Day speech given by any prime minister of any country. Long years ago, we made a tryst with the destiny. Now the time has come to redeem that pledge. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. What a speech. Amazing speech. You must hear this speech. It's an amazing speech given by any head of nation. So please, today my only advice to all of you is make yourself aware of what happened during this Independence Day in 1947. It's amazing, and people expect you as an Indian to at least know about the true story of what happened on the 1947 14th August midnight. Yeah, and what led to it. Thank you so much, and all the very best. And I wish you all the very best for this Independence Day and so many Independence Days which will come in future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So on this note, today, let us take some time to value our nation and never forget the sacrifice of those who gave us freedom by giving them a short tribute. So our first performer of the day is Akshita Singh of BSc Interior Design, who has a short poem for us. Akshita, over to you.
The feeling when you stand barefoot on the damp grass, underneath which, in the dark soil, lies the tale of martyrs who are laid to rest, with a sepulchre to commemorate their life. They're not gone, no, they're alive in me and in you, in the feeling that surges through every last inch of your body, cell, blood, and bone, in the way your heart thumps against your chest and you tilt your head upwards to glance at the tricolor. When pride overflows with your voice, and at that moment, you know that the lives sacrificed for freedom were not in vain. When a multitude of Indians sing, all their voices synchronizing, it's almost as if the martyrs are standing with us, among us, as we celebrate the day British India became Bharat.
Next up, we have Soham Saha of BSc Film and Television, who has a beautiful song prepared for us.
Okay, happy Independence Day, guys, and to the respected teachers. Today I'm performing Teri Mitti from Kesari. So let's start. तलवारों पे सरवार दिए अंगारों में जिस्म जलाया है फिर जाके ये केसरी रंग सजाया है मेरी ज़मीं अफसोस नहीं जो तेरे लिए सो दर्द सहे, महफूज रहे तेरी आन सदा, चाहे जान मेरी ये रहे न रहे। मेरी ज़मीं महबूब मेरी, मेरी नस नस में तेरा इश्क बहे, फीका न पड़े कभी रंग तेरा, जिस्मों से निकल के खून कहे। तेरी मिट्टी में मिल जावा गुल बन के, मैं खिल जावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। तेरी नदियों में बह जावा, तेरी खेतों में लहरावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ सरसों से भरे खलियान मेरे, जा झूम के भंगड़ा पा न सका, आबाद रहे वो गांव मेरा, जहाँ लौट के वापस जा न सका। ओ वतना वे मेरे वतना वे, तेरा मेरा प्यार निराला था, कुर्बान हुआ तेरी असमत पे, मैं कितना नसीबों वाला था। ओ हीर मेरी तू हंसती रहे, तेरी आंख घड़ी भर नम ना हो, मैं मरता था जिस मुखरे पे, कभी उसका उजाला कम ना हो। ओ माही मेरी क्या फिक्र तुझे, क्यों आंख से दरिया बहता है, तू कहती थी तेरा चांद हूँ मैं, और चांद हमेशा रहता है। तेरी मिट्टी से मिल जावा गुल बन के, मैं खिल जावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। तेरी नदियों में बह जावा, तेरी खेतों में लहरावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। केसरी
Thank you, Shoham. Beautifully sung. Thank you. Next up,
Thank you.
we have Orko Majumdar of BSc Media Science, who is all set with his guitar and synthesizer. Over to you, Orko.
सारा जहां देख लिया है, कहीं भी तेरे जैसा कोई नहीं है, बस नहीं 100 दिन दुनिया घुमा है, कहीं कहीं तेरे जैसा कोई नहीं, मैं गया जहां भी बस तेरी याद थी, जो मेरे साथ थी, मुझको तरपाती रुलाती सबसे प्यारी तेरी सूरत प्यार है बस तेरा प्यार ही माँ तुझे सलाम माँ तुझे सलाम माँ तुझे सलाम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम तेरे पास ही मैं आ रहा हूँ अपनी बाहें खोल दे जोर से मुझको गले लगा ले मुझको फिर वो प्यार दे तू ही जिंदगी है तू ही मेरी मोहब्बत है तेरे ही पैरों में जन्नत है तू ही दिल तू जा वफा माँ तुझे सलाम माँ तुझे सलाम ओ माँ तुझे सलाम वंदे मातरम 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 Thank you.
Thank you, Orko. Again, beautifully sung. Our next performer is Dishari Paul of BSc Animation, who has a dance performance ready for us. Dishari, over to you.
यहाँ हर कदम कदम पे धरती बदले रंग यहाँ के कोने में रंगोली सात रंग यहाँ हर कदम कदम पे धरती बदले रंग यहाँ के कोने में रंगोली सात रंग धानी पगड़ी पहने मौसम है नीली चादर साने अंबर है नदी सुनहरी हरा समंदर है देश गीला देश रंगीला रंगीला देश मेरा रंगीला 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 सिंदूरी गालों वाला सूरज जो करे ठिठोली शर्मीले खेतों को ढक ले झूनर पीली पीली घूंघट में रंग पनघट में रंग चम चम चमकीला देश रंगीला रंगीला देश मेरा रंगीला देश रंगीला रंगीला देश मेरा रंगीला
That was a great performance. Next up, we have a very unique performance for you all by Shreya Pradhan of Bachelor in Media Science, who is going to sing for us.
आजा आजा जिंद शामें आने की तले आजा सरू वाले नीले आसमाने की तले चख ले ये रात शहद है चख ले रख ले है दिल आखिरी हद है रख ले काला काला काजू तेरा कोई काला जादू है ना आजा आजा जिंदगी में आने की तले आजा जलवाने आसमाने की तले जय हो जय हो आजा आजा जिंदगी में आने की तले आजा जलवाने की आसमानी तले जय हो जय हो जय हो जय हो जय हो जय हो जय हो
Thank you, Shreya. That was very well sung. Our second last performance for the day is a dance by Deep Das of BSc Fashion. Deep, over to you.
देश से है प्यार तो हर पल ये कहना चाहिए मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए सिलसिला ये बात मेरे यूं ही चलना चाहिए मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए मेरी नस नस तार कर दो और बना दो एक सितार राग भारत मुझ पे छेड़ो झंझनाओ बार बार देश से ये प्रेम आंखों से झलकना चाहिए मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए
Thank you, Deep. Thank you so much. That was a great performance. So our last performance for the day is by Gaurav De, BSc Film and TV, who has a beautiful song ready for us.
Hello and happy Independence Day to everyone. ऐ वतन मेरे वतन ऐ वतन आबाद रहे तू आबाद रहे तू तू भूला जिसे तुझको वो याद करता रहा तू जीता रहा तेरे लिए वो मरता रहा तेरी दर्द की आहट सुनी लो आ गया अब मोड़ पे तेरी राह में लेकर खुशी वो है खदा सब छोड़ के है ऐ वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू ऐ वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू मैं जहाँ रहूं जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू मैं जहाँ रहूं जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू ऐ वतन मेरे वतन, तुझ पे कोई गम की आँच आने नहीं दूँ, तुझ पे कोई गम की आँच आने नहीं दूँ, पहुँचूं मैं जहाँ भी मेरी बुनियाद रहे तू, पहुँचूं मैं जहाँ भी मेरी बुनियाद रहे तू। ऐ वतन मेरे वतन, ऐ वतन मेरे वतन, ऐ वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू। ऐ वतन मेरे वतन, ऐ वतन मेरे वतन। Thank you.
That was beautifully sung. I'm sure we all had goosebumps by the end of it. So, thank you to the rest of the performers too. That was it from our end. On behalf of the Cultural Club and the cultural team, we all wish you a very happy Independence Day. And thank you so much for being a part of this celebration with us today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Yukti. Thank you very much for hosting this show. Thank you to you also, and I think to all the performers. I think 7 of them, each and every one of you, you're incredibly talented and wonderful performances. And I think more than the best that we can during this pandemic. I think this celebration, actually, what we did today is more than the best that we can do. I think we all will agree. So thank you for being a part of us. And I think again the chat section is flooded with all the comments, including the mentors. Everybody is appreciating you. So thank you all the participants, and thank you everyone. Thank you all the students, employees, the mentors for being here, for being a part of the cultural club celebration today. Aishwarya Di,
Of
you
course,
there?
yes, I'm with you.
Yes,
And
yes.
one more thing I would like to add, that is all of the performers were from first year. Just see, they have already gone into the
Yes,
vibes of high leaders.
yes, exactly. So I think because I think it was a planned action from our side that we
Absolutely,
should give them
absolutely.
a platform because
We wanted to give
yes,
them a platform.
yes, we always do that every year.
Every
So
year,
I
first
think
year they're
yes,
performing, right?
yes. So kudos to every one of you, and thank you for being a part of the 74th Independence Day celebration with the Culture Club. Thank you for from us, love and peace to